Green Sally down, last done start, got a tail to ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down, last done start, got a tail to ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down, last done start, got a tail to ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down, last done start, got a tail to ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down, last done start, got a tail to ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down, last done start, got a tail to ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down, last done start, got a tail to ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down, last done start, got a tail to ground. Oh, Miss Rose is dead, gone, left me head
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Speedfest 200 at USA International Speedway, broadcasted live on Noble Network 1. It's round number 2 of the All-Pro Overdrive Tour, and it's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day here in sunny Florida, as we are just moments away from waving the green flag for our first qualifying effort. Broadcast crew tonight consists of, as always, Sam Taylor getting the picture that you see to you, and Andy Kessler is alongside me, Ben Kilcrease, to call the action tonight. And here we are, Andy. This has been a much-anticipated event over the past couple of weeks, up to a month. And I tell you what, we're going to see some great racing. It's the first race for All Pro in the Super Late model, and it happens right here tonight live on Noble Network 1.
Absolutely, Ben, and what a great place to have that first race in the super late model. USA Speedway, one of the classic tracks here on iRacing, and typically puts on a great show, especially with these late models, and I have a feeling these super late models with these guys, this is going to be one fantastic race to watch.
That it will. First driver out on the track to qualify will be the number 29 of Danny Sanchez. These guys each get 2 timed laps, and they'll get the green flag first time around, and they'll circle around, get the white flag, and then they'll get the checkered, and we'll take the fastest of either time. Taking the green flag, 29 of Danny Sanchez gets a little loose off 4 there. These cars are extremely loose. They'll look out. He's going to give you sideways there. Good save by Sanchez. These cars are extremely a big handful for the first couple of laps in the run, because the tires really have to have some work on them. Oh, he's going to tag the wall. There, look out. This is going to be a big hit. No, he and he's gonna wad it up on the front straightaway. Danny Sanchez, that's gonna be it for him.
That's a tough break for him. First guy out. Just shows you how slick this track is, man.
Certainly does. Forrest Gregg in the 126 will be next on the track. Really got to be easy getting on the throttle here in the first couple of laps because, like you saw there, it just wants to step out with you on every corner exit and sometimes even through the center. And if you're crazy enough to dive it in there pretty hard these first couple of laps, it'll step around with you at the beginning of the turn. Gregg takes the green flag. Forrest Gregg is from Slap Out, Alabama, sponsored by WAR Shocks Gravel Motorsports. He is the head of safety at Montgomery Motor Speedway. The number 126 is Forrest Gregg. White flag. First lap, 22.356 for Forrest Gregg. 22.356. Looking pretty good here on this second go around. If he can keep up the speed in 3 and 4, he might have something. Does he improve his time? He does by 0.3 of a second, 22.024.
Now with these late models, Ben, these guys coming into the corners, they really carry a lot of speed. And you really got to be patient through the corner. Let that thing roll before you jump on that throttle, because we saw it happen there with Mr. Sanchez that first go around there. I think he got a little anxious on his exit of the corner, and that's what cost him.
Up next on the track, this is John Kinney. He'll take the green flag. John Kinney in the number 79 was 17th quickest in practice. It's a little loose there. Smooth through 3 and 4. He'll take the white flag. 22.085. He lights him up, and look out. He might have avoided contact. Wow. So 22.085 for John Kinney. That'll be good for second position right now. Bill Driscoll in the 024 or 024 or the 024, whatever you want to say. He's up next on the track. Driscoll takes the green flag in the 024. Bill Driscoll is out of Pensacola, Florida. He's sponsored by the Escambia Gators Softball Snap-on Tools. Those are the sponsors on board with the 024. And a little interesting fact about Bill: at the Snowball Derby at Five Flag Speedway in December, he sits directly behind me. White flag for Driscoll. That's a 22.331.
Oh, that's a good tidbit of information there, Ben.
I call him my Snowball Derby buddy.
There you go.
His first lap good for third. Second time around, checkered flag for Driscoll will be. He slows it down about a 10th. Daniel Vining in the number 99.
Our last broadcast for these guys, Ben, he had a rough showing there at the No Playoffs for Cowboys 200. We saw in Bristol in the trucks. He definitely had some trouble early and had a hard time hanging on to that thing the rest of the day.
Yeah, and he said he definitely wants to turn his broadcast skills around, I guess you could say, tonight. He wants to put it in a top 10 position here this evening. He'll take the green flag there. He's on the clock. Daniel Vining, also out of Pensacola, Florida, sponsored by Gravel Motorsports. He is the Overdrive Tour promoter here at All Pro. He'll take the white flag here. First lap will be at 22.096. That's good for third.
You hear him hesitating off exit exit 2. Half a turn 2 right there on the exit. Not too sure he had enough in it. He had to get loose a little bit.
Checkered flag. That'll put him to the pole by 0.4 of a second at 21.641, and he kills it right after the line. Daniel Vining on the pole here at USA.
What a great, great second lap for Daniel Vining. Didn't look that great there off of turn 2, but apparently he had plenty of speed on that exit.
Yep, that's been the biggest pickup so far on lap number 2 in this qualifying session. Jeffrey Faulkner in the 65 is on the track next. Faulkner is out of Newmarket, Alabama, sponsored by Rockstar and TLC Automotive. He is a former Tour Modified champion here at All Pro Sim Racing. Number 65 is Jeffrey Faulkner. First lap puts him second on the board, 21.770. Little high down in 2. We'll see what he can do on his second lap. Checkered flag, he gets loose. Look out, he's going to hit the wall. And that one will not be completed.
Well, the 0-1 is Stephen Durham now going to hit the track. 13th fastest in practice. We'll see what he's got here in qualifying.
Ran a 21.392. That'd be good for the pole right now. Green flag for Durham.
What I like about this series with this new late model that iRacing came out with, Ben, is the ability for all these drivers to really show the colors of the cars that they love. You got the Challenger, you got the Fusion, you got the Chevy. I mean, they're all out here. Toyotas. I think that was a great thing that iRacing did with this car.
Yep, you can run a Pontiac if you wanted to, or a Kia. I mean, you just run anything. Yeah, you can have your Kia Super Late model. It was pretty awesome for iRacing to let the painters have that ability. First lap for Durham was a 21.856. We'll see if he can improve that on lap number 2. Checkered flag. What to believe? 21.697, just barely misses the pole.
That's the second one that's done a great job on their second lap right there. Louis Robinette is going to hit the track next, but that's the second one, Ben, that we've seen able to really advance their second lap pretty well, too. That was a pretty significant jump there, over 2/10.
Certainly was. Robinette, next car out on the track. He ran a 21.374 in practice. He'll take the green flag off 4. Louis Robinette out of Huntsville, Alabama. He is sponsored.
Drifting it through 1 and 2 there.
Yeah. Needs to be sponsored by Drifting Performance Part Company. Sponsored by Shriners Children's Hospital, Loro Media, Robinette and Sons Pressure Cleaning. Number 30 is Louis Robinette in the first lap. Not going to be too good. It's a 22.226. Good for 6th, but he'll be looking to improve that.
He's already looking a lot better here in lap number 2. Definitely took 1 and 2 a little bit better there. We'll see how he goes through 3 and 4 here. He's got a pretty good line there, and sounds good off the corner.
Checkered flag. It's going to... Wow. Didn't improve hardly any there. Didn't bump him up on the speed charts either. A 22.101. That'll leave him 6th. Next scheduled to head out on the track is Garrett Conrad. He is... I think he crashed his car in final practice. Will not be racing here tonight. So Jeff Rogers in the 91 will be the next car out. I want to thank you all for tuning in with us here for round number 2 in the All-Pro Overdrive Tour. Speedfest 200 tonight, live from USA International Speedway. We encourage you to chat with each other about your racing experience, online racing experience, in the chat box right below the live page on NobleNetwork1.com.
That means I should probably be there, huh, man?
Yeah, get in there, Andy. What are you doing? Rogers on the clock, lap number 1. Looking pretty good so far as he heads through 3 and 4. White flag. That'll put him 4th, 21.805. He's going for it on the second lap here, and he looks good down the back straightaway. Through 3 and 4, real steady. He might have what it takes right here at the line. Checkered flag, what's it going to be? It is. It's good for the pole. Jeff Rogers at 21.538, and that'll put him on the pole for now. Up next, the number 80 is Scott Formosa. Last couple of broadcasts we've had here at All Pro, or last broadcasts, last two I should say. The Cowboys 200 at Bristol Motor Speedway didn't go the way he planned, but the one before that at New Smyrna, the Snowball Derby, he finished second, and if it would have went green to the end, I think he would have had something for Ty Hester. But here we go. He's going to try and get it done tonight here at Speedfest. He's already on the clock. Scott Formosa in the number 80.
Car looks solid on that bottom line there, man.
White flag, 21.7. That's good for 4th. Formosa out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Sponsored by County Line Motors and Steel Horse Racing. He's a 2012 All-American 400 champion at this racetrack. Knows how to get around here. Checkered flag. Does he improve? He does. It puts him to 3rd at 21.655. Up next on the track is Paul Boswell in the number 85. Boswell was 8th quickest in practice. He'll take the green flag. Paul Boswell out of Hartford, Alabama. Sponsored by Pure Sim Tech and Gravel Motorsports. He wants to give a big shout out to Kevin Chance. Kevin's letting him use his equipment tonight so that Paul can race here at Speedfest. White flag. 21.684. That's good for 4th. Ooh, he's a little high down in 2. Have to see if he can improve. Looks good through 3 and 4. What's going to be at the line? Checkered flag. Whoa, and he misses the pole by 1,000th of a second.
Wow.
A 21.539.
Really can't get any closer than that, Ben, right there. A hell of a run.
My goodness. John Martin up next on the track in the 07. Top 5 as we sit right now. Jeff Rogers, Paul Boswell, Daniel Vining, Scott Formosa, and Stephen Durham. We've still got quite a few drivers to qualify, though. Martin takes the green flag. John Martin is out of Simmies, Alabama. He has 2 wins here at All Pro. They both came at Bristol, one in the SK Modified, one in the Tour Modified. He tags the apron a little there. First lap might be a little wobbly. He'll try and do better on the second. White flag, 21.812. It's good for 7th.
Another guy liking to drift through 1 and 2 there.
Yep. He'll dive it down in 3, tags the apron again. That might be his line. Around this 3/4 mile, dragging, gets it sideways, look out, oh, and that's a big hit into the wall, but he did improve his time. A 21.586. That's good for third, and he did it sideways across the line. This next driver on the track, Chuck Chambly from Arab, Alabama. He is a three-time All-American 400 champion. He has over 250 league wins and 20 championships. He's the admin here at Noble, at All Pro. My goodness.
He's not an admin at the network.
Admin sponsored by Miller American and Bobby Allison Racing. The number 25 Chuck Chambly. First lap is at 21.586. He's third right now, and I think he might have it for the pole. He looked good there. No, he'll stay third.
Well, he still improved his lap, but just not by enough. But overall, a great lap for Chuck Chambly. He's going to have a good starting spot there.
Yep. Up next, in the number 68, couple broadcasts ago, he was the man of the hour, and he certainly knows how to wheel a late model around a short track. The number 68, the defending Snowball Derby champion, Ty Hester. Oh, look out. Coming to the green, he was sideways. Through 1 and 2, he's sideways. All right, so we'll try again on lap number 2, lap 1. Not exactly what he's looking for. He sits 9th right now. Little high there. Hester might have tweaked the setup the wrong way before qualifying here. Front stretch. Checkered flag. He'll be bumped up to 7th with a 21.687. Preston Boers out on the track.
No. Oh, yes.
In the number 97. Andy was disagreeing with me there.
That was a big no.
Preston Boers on the clock. Out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, sponsored by WAR Shocks, Toyota, AR Bodies, and Formosa Built Engines. The number 97 is Preston Boers. And he'll go to the pole first lap. And he's not stopping. He's going to try and improve that time, a 21.290.
I mean, he just blew that out of the water, man.
Certainly did. Front straightaway, he's sideways, but he still looks fast. He'll improve it even more. 21.245. As Louis Robinette would say, we have a new fast time.
Here's the thing, though. The top 3 guys now. Greg Adams, first one on the track, in the number 3.
Greg Adams in the number 3.
Greg
Evans.
Excuse me.
In the number 3. You got me saying Adams, too. Green flag for Evans.
I had Ian Adams on the brain.
Greg Evans looking pretty good through 1 and 2. Out of Hickory, North Carolina, Evans is on the clock. White flag, he gets it sideways, tags the wall. Didn't even let out of it, though, and we'll have to see if he can salvage something out of the second lap. No, he's going to spin it on the back stretch, and he just pulls it low. Evans, that is not the time he was looking for. Final 2 qualifiers this evening. Number 83, Adam Beneville on the track next. Second in practice. He ran a 21.079. If he can make it to a 21.1, he'd get the pole. Green flag for Beneville. Out of Pell City, Alabama, he is sponsored by Roll Speed Dynamics and Steel Horse Racing. The number 83, once again, is Adam Beneville. White flag. 21.433. That's good for the outside pole, but he's not going to be satisfied with that. He's going to go for the pole. He's looking good right now through 3 and 4. He pushes up a little there. He'll get it turned down on exit of 4. Front straightaway, checkered flag. He's sideways. A 2:33. He'll put him on the pole.
Wow. Sideways, and he got it done, Ben.
I think the way to go with the way to set the fast time is sideways across the line. 21.233 for Adam Beneville. He's on the pole. One more driver left. Dan Murray in the number 6. Out of Jacksonville, not Florida, Illinois, he is sponsored by Case Agriculture, I Can't Design, and ASR. He is an active duty Army veteran, the 2012 All-American 400 champion, the 2014 Ice Cold Shriners Bowl champion. That was round 1 in the Overdrive Tour. The number 6 is Dan Murray. He'll take the white. And he'll take third for now. Drifts it through 1 and 2. Giving it everything he's got to get on the pole. Front straightaway. Does he have enough for the pole? He does not. And he'll stay third with a 21.352. That will conclude qualifying here for round number 2 in the All-Pro Overdrive Tour Speed Fest 200 here at USA International Speedway. We're going to go ahead and head down track side for today's national anthem. On behalf of iRacing.com Motorsport Simulation, All-Pro Sim Racing, and the Overdrive Tour, welcome to USA International Speedway for the Speed Fest 200. Broadcast crew tonight consists of your producer getting the picture that you see to you, Mr. Sam Taylor. In the booth alongside me, Ben Kilcrease, we have Andy Kessler, and we may have a random person down there in the chat. Andy, here we are, though, finally at USA International Speedway for Speedfest 200. I've been pumped for this for the last couple of weeks. I cannot wait to drop the green flag, and we're just moments away from doing that here for 200 laps around this 3/4 of a mile speedway. Andy's having problems with his headset, so okay, now he's got it fixed. All right, here we are, Andy. Finally, we're here at USA International Speedway, 200 laps around the 3/4 of a mile short track with the super late models for the first time here in All Pro. I cannot wait.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic, Ben. We saw some great fast times. You know what, honestly, Ben, the times from first, second, and third, there's like a big gap between those guys. I'm really surprised about that. We've seen some other races in the late models and other series going on in the super late model, I should say, and the times have been really, really close. So I'm kind of surprised about that, about the top guys here. But you know what? It's all about conserving your tires and surviving the 200 laps here.
I think it has a bunch of, to do with the tires not having enough speed in them while they're warm. That's why we're seeing the variation in times. Once those tires are warmed up, that's when everybody will start getting closer in times and even quicker. So the field has been set, and we're just about 5 minutes away from the green flag here at USA International Speedway. Or less than 5 minutes, I should say, about 3. So without further ado, we'll run you through the starting lineup for Speedfest 200. Starting on the pole with a time of 21.233 to number 83 is Adam Benefiel. And to his outside at number 97, it's Preston Bors.
Inside of row number 2 in the number 6 car is Dan Murray. And to his outside, the 91, is Jeff Rogers.
Starting 5th, inside row number 3 to number 85 is Paul Boswell. And to his outside, series admin in number 25, Chuck Chambly.
Starting 7th in the 07 is John Martin. And to his outside in the 99 is Daniel Viney.
Starting 9th in the number 80, inside row number 5, Scott Formosa. To his outside in the 68, Snowball Derby champion, Ty Hester.
Rolling off inside of row number 6 in the 01 is Stephen Durham. And to his outside in the 65 is Jeffrey Faulkner.
Starting 13th in the number 126, it is Forrest Gregg. And to his outside, starting 14th, the number 79, John Kinney.
Louis Robinette in the number 30 will roll off 15th with Bill Driscoll in the 024 to his outside.
Rolling off 17th inside, the number 29 is Danny Sanchez, and to his outside in the number 3, it's Greg Evans.
Starting 19th in the 58 is Chris Forster. Starting 21st in the 98 is James Day Jr.
Starting 22nd in the number 75, it's Chase Spradlin. Starting 24th in the number 84, it's Matt Vade.
Starting 25th in the 7, it's Cody Gibson. And 26th will be the 52 of Jeff Dillon.
Shotgun on the field is the number 9 of Garrett Conrath, and that's the starting lineup for Speedfest 200 here at USA International Speedway. Andy, what do you have to say before we get the green flag?
All I gotta say, Ben, is hang on, boys. 200 laps. Track position is going to be key here at every time. If there's a caution, wherever, you need to get track position. It's going to be interesting to see pit road, if anybody's going to take some chances with 2 tires or no tires. But we shall see what happens here. 200 laps, so hang on, boys, because you got a long one.
That they do. Our producer's going to pick Adam Boswell. Paul Boswell. I'm picking Adam Benefiel. Andy, who you got?
I don't know. I think that 99's got some redemption to do here, so I think Daniel Viney's going to have a great showing here tonight.
We'll have to wait and see. Many, many years ago, Speedfest entered the real world at this very track. Tonight, it enters the virtual world here in the Overdrive Tour. 25 of iRacing's top short track drivers are going to duke it out for 200 laps live on Noble Network 1. This is Speedfest.
Great jump by Adam Benefield, but hanging tough as Vining now gets in the wall on 1 and 2. But hanging tough up front, the 97 of Preston Boers, he's not letting him get out of sight.
Leaning green for lap number 1. Who's going to lead it, though? It looks like it's going to be Adam Benefield. It will, but Preston Boers is right on his bumper heading into corner number 1.
Benefield slides up the track, leaves the bottom lane open. Here comes Preston Boers. Now side by side down the backstretch, heading back into turn 3.
Boers takes it on lap number 2 here at Speedfest. Benefield back to second, and here comes Dan Murray in the 6th. He's looking to get runner-up position from Benefield now.
A little side-by-side racing. Oh, caution, we got trouble behind.
It's going to be John Kinney in the number 79, pointed up against the wall. Looped it around by himself there. And then hit the wall.
Very fortunate there. We know these cars at a short track can take a little bit of a beating, but you definitely don't want to have too much damage, especially early on here, seeing that we're only working lap number 4.
Most definitely. That was going to be a real good battle up at the front. If we would have kept it green there. First caution, though, on lap number 4 here at USA International Speedway. Preston Boers had just gotten around out of Benefield. Dan Murray had began to work on getting around Benefield. So
pit road open, but a lot of these guys choosing the track position here early on. We only ran 3 green flag laps, so not a lot of wear on these tires yet, Ben. But like I said, with this big of a field, you definitely don't want to lose your track position, especially early on.
Yeah, most definitely. You mentioned that Daniel Vining down in turn number 1 on lap number 1. He got up there and tagged the outside wall. Doesn't look like that car's damaged at all. He only fell back to 10th. So the car is damaged, but doesn't look like it's anything terminal.
They expect a lot of cars with some scrapes on them here tonight, Ben. Some good old-fashioned short track racing. That's what we expect. I think I jinxed them. What do you think?
Yeah, well, and for all those that don't know about the Noble Network 1 curse, we always have these driver picks before the race, and it never fails. I mean, if our driver that we pick to win the race wins, hell has froze over. But Daniel Vining already in problems. Andy picked him, so Boswell and Benefield, if they're watching the broadcast or have their team down there watching them, they might be sweating bullets.
Yeah, the only thing I can say, Ben, is I should have picked the number 999 car. It's an inside joke.
Yep. So
the racers will get it when they watch it after.
Yeah. As a spectator watching the live stream, they're just like, these guys are just blabbing.
Have they been drinking tonight? No.
Had a glass of tea earlier, but that's about it. Still pacing here at USA International Speedway, although Kenny didn't make hard contact with the wall in front stretch. There's a little bit of cleanup left to do. Looking to possibly turn the lights off this time by, if not next time. And we do turn the lights off, and we'll stack them up 2 by 2, top 5, as we get set for the first restart here tonight. Preston Boers, Adam Benefield, Dan Murray, Jeff Rogers, and Paul Boswell Top 5 hasn't changed since the drop of the green, except for the top 2 swap positions. So we'll see how Benefield is able to restart on the outside. We'll see how well Boers is able to get away on the inside. First restart of the night on lap number 8. Here we go. Pace car to pit road. Boers slows them up, bunches them up. Green flag back in the air. We're racing again here in USA.
Good jump, able to get by Benefield. Pull out to about a 3-car length lead. A little bit high though. Here goes Benefield. He's going to fight back off of turn number 2.
He closes right up to the bumper. There's only about a car length separating the two now. Benefield backs off a little into 3, turn 4. Boswell putting the bumper to Chambly back there about 5th. They were able to get it straightened back up. Now Boswell and Chambly, they'll go at it again for 5th.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Boswell got loose.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was too happy with that restart there. Not sure if he spun his tires or what, but Chambly got a great run on that outside. Able to take position. Now Boswell's drifted up high, and that's going to leave the bottom line open for Ty Hester as he comes through, and now here comes John Martin.
We talked about this in the last late model broadcast here at All Pro. It takes just a little bit of slip to get out of your rhythm, and you can see it right now. Boswell is definitely out of his rhythm as he's falling back on the outside. He finally gets to the inside. He cuts the nose off of Martin to do it, but Paul Boswell will sit about 7th right now. He got bumped out of that top 5 though.
He did. Now he's drifting up high again, leaving that inside line open again for John Martin. Paul Boswell looks like he's struggling right now. Here comes the 3 at Greg Evans. Now he's looking to the inside of John Martin as they enter 3 and 4.
Evans started 18th, and he's already made it up to the 8th position. He is on a roll, 10 positions in 13 laps, and he's on the way to the front. He looks to the inside of Boswell.
Looks to the inside, thought twice of it there as Boswell kind of cut down in front of him, falls back in line as they head back into turn number 3. That car, Greg Evans, that 3 car, looking real stout here early on.
Another driver looking stout early on is number 98, James Day Jr., making his way through the field. J.J. Day, we call him. He started way back in 21st. He's up to 15th. Missed qualifying. Didn't get too much practice in the car. Watch out for him. He's the real deal. He drives a pro truck at Mobile International Speedway, the track champion. He knows how to get it done in real life, and certainly knows how to get it done here in the virtual world too.
I get a little loose there off of turn number 4 that time by, but J.J. Day moving up to 14th now, drifts up high. That leaves the bottom line open for Chase Spradlin. Spradlin's going to take advantage as they head down the backstretch.
Spradlin actually got to the inside of Sanchez. Sanchez in the 29. It's all right. Curse of the commentator gets mixed up in the numbers. Yeah. Day now looks to the inside of Chris Forster on the backstretch. He'll show his nose down there. Now he'll show his whole car, and now he'll show Forster his bumper on the front stretch. Day clears him. Cody Gibson slow on the backstretch. Into number 7, way down on the bottom side of the track. Motor might have let go in that machine.
Might have. He's drifting real slow on the apron right now. Looks like he's going to have enough speed right now to carry himself into the pit, so he's off track. We'll stay green.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Now John Martin, Paul Boswell continuing to fall back. Martin gets to the inside of him there. He'll clear him. So bump John Martin up to 9th, and Boswell back to 10th. Now Boswell punts him in 1. He slides up the track. He's able to save it though. We stay green. Look out, he almost collected Durham. Don't think Martin will be too fond of that. We'll have to see when he gets back up there to Boswell. Back behind those guys, though, a gaggle of cars from Forster, Spradlin, Vade, J.J. Day, and Denny Sanchez. They're all stacked up there. Day gets sideways to the center of the turn. He's still sideways. He's trying to save it.
Oh, losing a position right there, but right in front of these guys, a great battle between The 58 of Chris Forster, and the 75 of Chase Spradlin. Spradlin looking to the inside as they head down the front stretch. Not going to make it happen. Going to pull back in line heading into turn number 1. And right behind him is Matt Vade. He's looking to get some action.
That he is. Those 3 cars right there. Tail to nose. Now Martin has a problem on the backstretch. Could he have a tire going down from the contact with Boswell? He's slow. He's coming to the pits.
An early run to the pits for him right now. Probably just upset those tires too much. Couldn't even drive it anymore. We've seen that with Boswell when he got loose early on, then he just kept falling back, and then right there when the 07, yeah. Oh my goodness. He upset his tires when Boswell got to the back of him, and I think that was it right there for him, and he had to come in and get a new set on.
Battle for 6th wasn't really a battle. Greg Evans just cleared Ty Hester. Now Evans sets his sights on Chuck Chambly. That'll be for 5th. Evans is really starting to make his way to the field. Back straight away. He almost puts the bumper to Chambly there.
Yeah, he does, heading back into turn number 3 right now. I'll tell you, Greg Evans, he's right there. He's looking. He wants that position. This guy, as the tires get older, he's getting faster. Look out for him later on.
Certainly is. And he is really looking good on corner exit. Look at there. He just gets the car turned, and he's able just to mat the throttle. He gets a run on the backstretch. Does he look low? He does, heading into 3.
It's a power move right now. Champley to the outside. Is he going to be leading back in line? Looks so right now. Wow, that was closest for Formosa and looks like Oswald. Ty Hester, excuse me. God, what's wrong with me, Ben?
I don't know. I think we're all going crazy tonight. It must have something to do with the Speed Weeks effect or something down here in Florida. So Evans has his sights on Jeff Rogers. Meanwhile, up front, Preston Boers. Nobody's been able to touch him. He is just, my goodness. He is set sail.
Zip code right now.
Yeah. 3.2 seconds. Last time by at the line. That is unbelievable. He'll get by Daniel Vining there.
Yep. Daniel Vining going a lap down. Bill Driscoll's a lap down. A bunch of guys already early on here going a lap down, so we tough to make that up. Caution.
Caution. Trouble right in front of the leader. Look out. Oh, my. Chris Forster almost took out your leader.
That was close.
Holy cow. He made contact with Matt Vade, or maybe it was Vade making contact with him. Either way, the 58 was sideways. The 30 Louis Robinette also got into the wall, and then right, my goodness. That is something you do not do. That's a big no-no. Is pull down in front of traffic.
Take this second to remind everybody about Boz PC, the motorsports website at a fair price. Boz PC can design, maintain a custom website for your team, driver, sponsor, and more. Need hero cards? Boz PC has you covered. Public relations and team marketing. Boz PC will conduct driver and crew chief interviews, previewing each race event, recap the previous race event, and write a detailed press release complete with quotes, schedule information, results, etc., including distribution. Log on to bozpc.com to learn more.
Good job. Good job on the plug right there, Andy. It brought a tear to our producer's eyes over there in Australia or wherever he's at. But no, usually I do the plug.
He's off of turn 4 in those campers right there. Australia. If you call that Australia, then I want to go there. Looks like they're having fun down there, partying it up.
It's in the Outback back there.
Outback. Well, our leaders decided not to go down pit road again, Ben, here. 31 laps, working 31 laps now, right now. Here, kind of ticking away pretty quick, but track position, still, these guys are wanting to hang on to it.
That they are, and I tell you what, it doesn't matter what kind of position you have. If Preston Boers gets clean air like he did there, he's going to be gone again. I think the best bet for these guys is to off-sequence their pit stops with Boers and put him back there in the middle of the pack somewhere. I think that might be the only chance these guys have at getting this thing tonight, because Boers is just so quick around this track.
Now, between him and the number 3, Greg Evans, if he can get up there, he's going to, looks like, restart 4th here on this restart. So he's going to be up front. We'll see if he's got anything for him.
That we will. We're getting the lineup squared away up front here. I think they're trying to line them up 4 wide Indy style, or 3 wide Indy style.
Nah, they got some lap cars here that weren't able to get the wave around because leader Preston Boers stayed out. So now these guys got to drop down to the inside, let all these lead lap cars get by here so we can get lined up and do it all over again.
So we'll turn the lights off this time by... Oh, Boers tried to...
Wow.
tried to peel off at the last moment there. And good thing the steering didn't go out when he decided to do that, or he would have creamed the barrels down there. Turn the lights off atop the freshly painted iRacing.com pace car.
Fancy.
Yeah. And we'll turn the lights off around the Speedway as well. Boers, Murray, Benefield, Evans, and Chambly, top 5 as we get set for restart number 2. It's going to be interesting to see if Evans can actually get to the bumper of Boers and what he can actually do with him. They'll stack them up 2 by 2. Pace car to pit road. Here we go. Green flag.
Great jump by Preston Boers, changing it up a little bit from last time, from that last restart. Keep these guys on his toes. He's got a pretty big lead right now as they're almost 3 wide for second.
Evans thought about sticking it in there, and he probably could have, but it wouldn't have ended very pretty on the backstretch. He'll work the outside of Adam Benefield in 3 and 4. Benefield has an advantage. Chambly gets loose behind him. Bunch of action on these restarts.
Oh,
Chambly gets the bumper in front of the whole field. They check up everybody. Avoids him. No caution here in USA. Wow.
That could have been bad.
Boy, did it bunch up the field behind. They're going to have to settle this out for quite a couple of laps. Here as we continue to stay green. Whoa, no. Almost had contact between Vade and Faulkner back at the pack. Now Formosa makes contact with Danny Sanchez, and here we go. Here's Vade around into the wall, right against the Hooters sign. Still green though. So Vade's going to be right in front of the leaders here, as Adam Benefield and Greg Evans are really putting on a good show for 3rd. And now Murray goes high in 2. This is going to be a 3-car battle for the runner-up position.
It is. Dan Murray holding his own though. Restarting 2nd here, able to maintain 2nd. Benefield now feeling the pressure from Greg Evans right now as they head back into turn 1.
On board with Greg Evans right now as we head to the back stretch, working lap number 40 here at Speedfest. Evans, I think, being pretty patient here in the early going, just letting things ride out here, letting cycle through, and I think he might have something for Boers here at the end of the race.
Yeah, still way early here, not even a quarter of the way done with this thing. So Greg Evans, really no rush. He's made up his track position that he needed from his horrible start that he ended up having because of his poor qualifying run here, as we watch Preston Boers now run up on the back of Matt Vade on the backstretch right now. It won't be too long before he puts him a lap down. That would leave us only 17 cars here on the lead lap here early on.
Yeah, Boers doing some work, putting these guys a lap down. Tell you what, Andy, with all that, with Chambly sideways down in 1, the field scattering. Look who's made his way to the 5th position. Paul Boswell back in the top 5.
Yep, I'm able to dodge that bullet right there, and you know, kept his cool after that one near miss, we'll call it. He was able to keep his cool, stay with it, let the tires cool down, and now he's here in top 5.
Yeah, got a little loose there. Almost wasn't in the top 5. But he kept it straight. So we'll go back up to the battle for 2nd. And they're working their way around the outside of Vade. Vade gives it to him heading into 1. This is really good racing up here, and you got to wonder who's going to get impatient. Look at Benefield. He gets a good run down the back stretch. I think he could have pulled low, but decided better of it.
Well, patience right there, and we've seen it from Adam Benefield in a few races now that he's got a lot of patience. This guy wants to be there at the end because that's when it counts. And he could have forced the issue right there, but chose better of it. As although his rearview mirror is just full with that 3 car right now, as they head back into turn number 3. Greg Evans, I don't know if he's just riding right now, trying to save stuff or what, but he got real loose last time off of turn 2.
And I think he's doing everything he can to stay out of the bumper of Benefield. He is all over. Look at him through 2 right here. He's got a run on the back stretch. Does he look low or does he ride in line? He's going to look low, but didn't have the run he needed. Benefield, a little wiggly off 4 the past couple of times. Caution's out. Oh, in front of the leaders again.
Woo, 2 cars there. Looks like the 30 and the 65, I believe.
Robinette and Faulkner, and you got to be patient here pulling up across the track. Wait for all the cars to get by. 65 and 30, the 2 cars turned around. And now they get it going again. So Faulkner was the first to go around by himself. Looking, I think he thought it was Eldora there for a second. And Robinette was slowing forward, and Daniel Vining tagged the bumper.
Well, pit road was open, and first one to come now is Chambly. Chambly, Boswell, and Formosa, it looks like.
I'm pretty sure Chambly's going to be beating those left side fenders out away from the tires. Boswell, he's got a little bit of damage on the rear end of his car, so we'll have to wait and see what he does. And for most of that car is pretty clean for the most part. So we'll have to see what everybody does here on this round of pit stops. Chambly's taking tires, so is Formosa. Boswell's going to go ahead and take some as well. So caution number 3 here at USA International Speedway. We want to thank you for tuning in with us here tonight live on No Bull Network 1. Hope you're enjoying the race broadcast. If you like what you see, we encourage you to follow us on Twitch. You'll get an email every time we go live. And you can subscribe to us on YouTube. Just search the No Bull Network 1.
Oh yeah, did you hear about Gravel Motorsports, Ben?
I did not, do tell.
They were founded in the summer of 2013. Gravel Motorsports has formed a team of very talented drivers spanning the All-Pro Sim League, American Sim Racing Series, the SARA. That's what's call letters for that? The SARA League. Do you remember that one, Ben? Never mind.
Sim Auto Racing Association.
That's what it is. All right. iRacing Test and Tune Series. Follow JJ Day, Forrest Gregg, Paul Boswell, and Daniel Vining by going to Facebook.com/Gravel Motorsports.
And before the sponsors come and chew out my box, I have heard of Gravel Motorsports. So I have. All right, so
We got to play it up.
Yep, still pacing here. Under the 3rd caution here. This race has not been like the real life Speed Fest, and all the super late model fans out there, and these drivers after to watch the race, they'll know what I'm talking about. Speed Fest and the real side of things. Oh boy. I mean, you might as well call it Crash Fest 200 over there at Watermelon Capital Speedway. I think it's just, I think the teams use it as an opportunity to test the new safety equipment on their cars. That's how bad it is. I mean,
That's a good one.
it's pretty bad.
Hold on,
over
I
there.
gotta test my Hans device.
Yeah.
Full speed into turn 1. Woo!
Oh, and they don't even have a wall all the way around the track, so if you go off in corner number 3, you end up in the creek. So,
I'm gonna test to see if my car can float.
it's kind of like a running joke in the super late model racing world. But we turned the lights off here in the virtual Speed Fest, which is going a whole lot better than the real life. Pace car, pit road. Yep, Boers and Murray, front row. Green flag. Tell you what, Boers is just pulling these guys off the line.
Oh, another fantastic start by him. Murray able to hang with him, and unfortunately for Greg Evans, stuck on that outside. He's going to fall back and forth. Got a big run by Benefields ahead of turn 3.
Evans will stick it low. Benefield put the pinch on him. Not going to be anything he can do to help that. Now here comes Snowball Derby champion Ty Hester trying to get to the inside. He'll have to wait a couple laps. Benefield almost tagged Evans in the rear end. And my goodness, these restarts are providing a bunch of action. Caution is out. Robinette around again. Looks like Greg is involved as well. Oh, Forrest Craig trying to get slowed up, but Robinette was just right there. So Robinette and Forrest Gregg involved in this latest caution.
Well, it should give Chris Forster his lap back he's been waiting to get. That'll put 17 cars back on the lead lap here, Ben. Again, pit road's open. Leaders deciding to stay out again.
Caution number 4 here at USA International Speedway for Speed Fest 200. Round number 2 in the All-Pro Overdrive Tour. You're watching it live right here on Noble Network 1. We've got to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Don't switch to another channel. Don't hit the refresh button because you might miss a little bit. We'll be right back here on Noble Network 1.
Does a real race car have a center post? Of course not, and neither should your race rig. The R-Seat Evo V3 with its unique design has no center post. The R-Seat Evo replicates what you would be accustomed to in your daily driver or something you may take to the track. It can accommodate drivers from 4'11" up to over 6'6" tall and is pre-drilled for all of the major wheel manufacturers on the market today. When it comes to performance, look no further than the R-Seat Evo V3. Check out the R-Seat Evo and other sim racing equipment by heading to www.rseat.net.
Did your little storm knock out the power? Well, excuse me for not noticing.
Hate to disappoint you, old man Winter. Better luck next time.
If the power goes out, your Generac standby generator goes on, automatically.
Down trees? Flash floods? Is that all you've got?
Stand up to the threat of outages with Generac, and never feel powerless.
Welcome back to USA International Speedway. A beautiful day here in sunny Florida. Don't have the night version of this track just quite yet on iRacing. Imagine that. But here we go. We are serving caution number 4 here in Speed Fest 200. About to begin work on lap number 60, so 1/4 of this race complete. Just about 40 laps away from halfway.
Now, did you know the Speedfest 200 is part of the All-Pro Speed Weeks 2014? That's right, racing for prizes at Daytona and USA International. Speed Weeks 2014 is intended to celebrate the start of the new racing season in style, All-Pro style, that is. Log on to allprosimracing.com to learn more.
Andy, could you do a plug for me?
Yes, don't forget, anytime you want to hear Ben Kilcrease, tune in to Noble Network 1.
That was pathetic. Here we go. We're lining them up. We'll turn the light.
I can only read them. I can't make them up, Ben.
Oh, gotcha. That's why you pay me the big bucks. Lights on,
Exactly.
face car to pit road. We'll stack them up 2 by 2. 40 to go here in Speedfest. 140.
I was going to say, oh my God, you're killing me. Battle for second here. This was going by quick. Battle for second right now. Here goes Greg Evans. He's got him cleared off of turn number 2. Let's see what he's got for this later now, Ben.
Oh, look at him close the gap right there, entering 3, turn 4. He rolls the center good. Front straightaway. Greg Evans trying to chase down Preston Boers.
Right now, Benefill right behind these guys. He's in 4, trying to get that 3rd position back. Dan Murray right now sits in front of him while Ty Hester looks on from behind.
Back of the pack. Whoa, almost had a crash. John Kinney and Scott Formosa almost tagged each other heading into corner number 3. Now Kinney goes around in front of Boswell. The big crash on the front straightaway. A hard impact. And oh my. The curse of the Noble Network broadcasters continues.
I'd like to apologize to Paul Boswell.
My goodness, but that is very, very, just the wrong place at the wrong time. Boswell had a top 5 car, and there was just, there's absolutely nowhere you can go when that happens. My goodness. So maybe he hit him pretty square on. So I have to wait and see if he has any suspension damage. If it's just cosmetic, Boswell might be okay, but we'll have to wait and see.
You know, pit road's open again, Ben. We're almost 65 laps into this thing, and we still have yet to see Preston Boers, Evans, Murray, Benefield, any of these guys come down pit road. Why is that? I mean, I know track position is important at a track like this, but you got to think at some point tire wear's got to play a factor here.
Well, you're accustomed to seeing tire wear in the old late model because it's was on the tire model 4. It's now on the 5, as well as these cars are now on the 5. And to tell you the truth, these tires do not wear that much at all over a run. West Pro Series late models on Sunday nights, we run 125 laps there. And it's not weird at all to run your fastest lap in the final 10 laps of the race with these new super late models. That's just, these cars actually get faster over the run. They really don't have that much tire wear, so that's why we're seeing these guys stay out. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys didn't come in at all except for fuel.
All right, tell me the truth, Ben. Is there like tire genies or something on these late models? These super late models now that just keep adding rubber under caution here?
I don't know. It could be. Could be, but yeah, these tires, they just don't fall off like the old ones.
Maybe they're made out of plastic.
Probably.
Bricks.
But it is iRacing.
Our producer said bricks.
Oh my.
Square ones? Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Alright, so we'll pace a couple more times. Andy, did you know that we're at USA?
Yeah, I think, isn't that where we're at?
That's right, USA International Speedway, home to a bunch of squirrels and rabbits now, because this place is not existent, which is a dang shame. Yeah, that's a shame. But back in the day,
it will live forever in iRacing. Put it that way.
I'm glad we got it before it. Bit the dust. But many years ago, Speedfest began here on the real world side of things, and now it's here in the virtual world. It's pretty cool. to have it here at USA International Speedway. Now all we need is 5 flags so we can have the Snowball Derby. Nashville for the All-American 400. South Alabama for the Rattling 250. So, here we go. Also on my wish list would be that green, white, checkered. They'll stack them up 2 by 2. Green flag. Boers didn't get that good of a jump that time, at least not as good as he's been getting. Evans is able to stay with him through 1 and 2. He's able to almost pull to the bumper in there. He loses a little bit off 2. But down the backstretch, this is as close as another car has been the Boers so far.
Oh yeah, this is definitely not the restart he's been getting all night long here. He has pulled away a little bit here, about 2 car lengths right now over Evans, and Dan Murray has actually been able to hang with him too here. Put their side by side back there for 6 right now, Ben.
That's Day and Spradlin. Spradlin on the outside. He dives it into 3 hard. Here comes Day, though, back on the inside. Still 2 by 2 back here at the pack. Spradlin gets loose for most of the tanks. Inside wall. No caution. We stay green.
Oh, they're really stacking up back there.
We continue to stay green. No caution as of yet. My goodness. Some crazy stuff happening after these restarts. Whoa! Sanchez got loose and almost turned Chambly in the wall.
Must be a full moon out tonight, but
so they finally get single filed out and going to continue to run here. My goodness, good save by Formosa there to that thing down there on the bottom of the track and not collect any other cars.
well, Ben, you see the tires can last quite a bit of time. We see Preston Boers now pulling away from Greg Evans. So obviously his tires are in much better shape than Greg's are. Now, here's the question, the million-dollar question. How long can these guys go on fuel, especially seeing we've had all these caution laps?
I don't know. I really don't know. Might be able to make it another 50 or so laps, if not more. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But I really don't know. That is a good question. Maybe we'll have to send you down there on pit road to find that out.
Yeah, but there's no tunnel, so I'd have to cross the track.
Make it even better. Boswell made a little contact with Chris Forster. Slowed both of those guys down a little bit. They get everything straightened back out.
Boswell having kind of a rough night here tonight, involved in a few little incidents, so most being a couple cautions ago there right on that front stretch here, almost tagging the wall real hard, had some damage, but he's able to still go right now, running 10th.
That he is. About the closest battle, or one of the closest battles, is up for the 3rd position between Dan Murray and Adam Benefit. I'll tell you what, if it was these 2 guys 1st and 2nd, we'd have a barn burner short track duel to go in the history books forever. But even though they are not for 1st and 2nd, it's still going to go down because these guys are just so close on times. It's unbelievable. Look how close they are. They've been this way the whole race.
Yeah, you can't really separate these 2 guys right now. We know Benefield was just kind of riding there for a while. He did have a few chances, a few restarts ago to get around Murray. Just chose not to. Just chose to ride around right there in his tire tracks, kind of save his stuff and save it for the end here as we're getting ready to work like lap number 80.
That we are slowly but surely closing in on that halfway point here at USA International Speedway. JJ Day back here, he sits 9th. He was sitting 6th just 2 laps ago. He's having a hard time getting used to that number 98 Super Late model, I think. He was looking good in the beginning, but I think the handling might have went away from him.
Quite possibly have, and like we had said all race long here and pointed out, one little slip up can lose you a few spots. You lose a lot of speed. These guys here at the All-Pro Sim Racing League are just, they're all very, very good racers. And you make a mistake, they're going to pounce all over it.
That they are, and it's been green now for a good 10 or so laps. We've had a bunch of close calls, though, in this run. Louis Robinette, he's going to lose another lap. He's 9 laps down. Robinette, his troubles started just after the green flag, involved in a couple incidents. Oh, and here we go. He's going to be involved in another one because he spins it out in turn number 2. But we keep it green.
Able to keep it straight, yeah. Yep. Great piece of driving right there, but I think he's going to be heading down pit road here and maybe get some more tires.
I don't think that car has a straight panel on it. All of them are wrinkled up. Whoa. So it's still Preston Boers out front. It's Evans. He's letting him get away. He's letting him get away a little bit, but not as much as Benefield or Murray. Evans is still within striking distance if Boers makes a mistake.
There he is. Vining now moves up high. Just got his lap back not too long ago. Going to go back down a lap here as he lets Preston Boers go by. And looks like turn 1 here, he's going to let Greg Evans go by.
That he does. Formosa just in front of those guys. Remember, he smacked the wall just a couple laps ago. Got loose off 4. He was running pretty good, but now he sits 18th. 5 laps down. Want to remind you, if you like super late model racing, you like watching it, or if you even like driving it, this Sunday night it's the season finale in the West Pro Series Late Model Season 3, also the season finale and the inaugural Triple Crown Series presented by Butt Kicker. It's the Governor's Cup 200 at New Smyrna Speedway. The drivers will be racing for a Butt Kicker product, and that'll go to the winner of the 200 lap feature, live right here on Noble Network 1.
News to our producer, yes, we'll be live Sunday night. Oh boy, we just love springing it up on him.
Yep, that's the fun part about it. It'll be another 200 lapper just like this one, except for we're going to move a little bit more north and head to New Smyrna Speedway.
Looking back at these guys battling for third here, Benefield and Murray still can't shake each other here. They're still battling hard here for that third position. Benefield still just kind of riding along here, riding his tire tracks. Murray doing a heck of a job here, trying to stay in touch with these top 2 guys here. Oh,
trouble in front of him right there. Oh, has Evans been involved? He has. Greg Evans has been involved in this recent caution, and that was a vicious hit. He and Bill Driscoll making contact on the front straightaway. And holy cow.
That changes a little bit.
Changes a lot of bit. So, my Snowball Derby buddy getting a little bit of TV time there, but not the way he wanted. Wow. So Evans, that might take him out of the race. That was a pretty big hit.
Yeah, there's word he blew his engine. He's done.
My goodness. We'll update you on Louis Robinette. He has also pulled it behind the wall. He won't be finishing this one either.
Daniel Vining's going to get the lucky dart again. He goes by the leaders this time, but man, these leaders still staying out. 93 laps are about to complete. These guys got to be, there's no way they can make it 200 laps on fuel, so They're going to have to stop eventually, but obviously it was in the plan for a one-stop race for these guys.
Certainly is, and even when they do come down pit road, like I said, I'm not even sure that they'll even change tires. They'll probably just come down and get the fuel that they need and head back out. So, as we sit here silently, Andy, you want to do another one of your fancy plugs?
What happened?
You gotta ask me a question, and then I gotta answer, and then you gotta do the plug.
Well, Ben,
That's how we work it.
I know I mentioned it earlier, but have you heard all of the great things that Boz PC can do?
I heard you say it, but I wasn't paying attention. Tell me again.
Well, you better pay attention this time. Boz PC can design and maintain a custom website for your team, driver, sponsor, and more. Do you need hero cards? Boz PC has you covered. Public relations and team marketing, Boz PC will conduct driver and crew chief interviews, previewing each racing event, recap the previous event, and write a detailed press release complete with quotes, schedule information, results in it, etc., including distribution. Log on to BozPC.com to learn more.
I'm gonna let you do them every week. You got me beat on the plugs. All right, so
We're dancing.
our producer
He's playing the Muffin
is-
Man.
Oh dear.
Hey, we got to keep
All
him
right.
awake somehow in that van down there.
Yeah, so we play him some dancing, or he plays himself some dancing music, and then
The
to
Muffin Man.
torture us, he plays it through his microphone. All right, so we'll turn the lights off. I tell you what, the viewers are like, man, keep this thing green. I don't want to see another caution and have to listen to these guys. So the pacing car goes to pit road 2 by 2. Evans is out of race. Pours is in the gas. We're pack racing here at USA.
It looks like Murray's trying to time the start, but he's just missing it by just enough right now. Benefield now to the inside, a side-by-side second. This might be Benefield's chance to get around him, but no, Murray gonna hang tough on the outside.
He swings it down the inside. Chambly almost makes contact with Hester right there. He pushed up in the center of the turn. Finally did get it turned, and that could have been big right there. But Benefield has to sit behind Murray for a couple more laps at least because he wasn't able to get by him.
That just shows you how strong Murray's car is here tonight. Tons of horsepower in that thing, and ultimate car control to be able to make that happen on the outside, especially here at USA. That's quite a feat in itself.
Certainly is. Paul Boswell was making some noise back there. He was trying to get the 6th position away from Danny Sanchez. Kind of got loose off 4 a little bit and fell back. Make a wish right now. Preston Board is at the line. 101 laps to go.
The yellow flag is
Caution is out. Chase Spradlin in the 75 has been collected. Whoa, my goodness, there was a bunch of stuff happening. Boswell began that. And Rogers made contact. Spradlin got spun as well. And my goodness, we bunched him up there.
Yeah, I would say just a bit there, man.
So, that means we'll just line them up and we'll do it over again. Here at USA Speedway. Round number 2 in the All-Pro Overdrive Tour. Andy, you want to take a commercial now?
Yes.
All right, we'll
How
take
about a couple of them? I'll run
we'll
to the
take-
bathroom.
We'll take a couple commercials. We'll
I
run
need
to the
something to eat.
restroom, get a bite to eat, get a sip of a drink, and then we'll be right back. We are back here at USA International Speedway. We didn't realize we were on air, but we were. And
These corn dogs are fantastic here at USA.
they had some interesting things down there in front of the souvenir stand. You see that? They're goldfish, you know, little goldfish crackers in the shape of a penguin. And they're called penguins.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way out on a limb with that one, huh?
Yeah. Penguins in Florida. Who would have ever guessed? Here we go. Pace car to pit road.
That's like having alligators in Massachusetts.
Yeah. Green flag. 95 to go here in Speedfest. And let's see if Beneville can get by Murray. He's got it inside. He's inside in one back straightaway. He gets to run. No, Murray is going to get the run.
It's too strong on that outside line is Murray here. Now, look at Ty Hester. He's going to look for that outside on Benefield right now. He just saw what Murray did. Not going to happen. No single file. The top 10, 15.
Ooh,
Oh, trouble. Car around. It's Forrest. Chris Forrester spun it off of turn number 4, able to right it. We're still green flag now.
Still green flag. Here comes Chambly looking to the inside of Hester. That's for 4th. Chambly starting to show his way up in the top 5. They make contact. Around goes Chambly, and they into the wall they go. Hester off the nose of Chambly. That was for the 4th position.
I think this is where the tires start to wear, is where you're seeing it now, coming up off the corners.
Could be. My goodness, what an occurrence here after all these restarts. If they keep crashing them up like this, it's just going to be down to Dan Murray, Adam Benefield, and Preston Boers.
Leaders still choose to stay out. Preston Boers.
Gotta wonder if when these leaders do have to come down pit road to take fuel.
Here comes the 75 of Chase Stradlin. He's going to get his lap back. 15 cars are still going to be on the lead lap here tonight. Many have pulled it behind the wall. Cody Gibson, John Martin, John Kenny, Louis Robinette, and Greg Evans have all called it an early night. Greg Evans, though, was the one surprise there. Got tangled up. Lap car kind of came up the track there. And he just had nowhere to go, and too much damage, blew the motor, and had to call an early night. You know, it's funny, Ben, this Speedfest 200 is sponsored, of course, by Gravel Motorsports, and they were founded in the summer of 2013. They were formed as a team of very talented drivers spanning the All-Pro Sim League, American Sim Racing Series, and the Sarah Sim Racing Series, and of course the iRacing Test and Tune Series. Follow JJ Dave, Forrest Gregg, Paul Boswell, and Daniel Vining by going to facebook.com/Gravel Motorsports. Of course, the Overdrive Tour, Ben, 12 races, 1 champion. The All-Pro Sim League Overdrive Tour seeks out to the best drivers in sim racing to compete in the league's biggest races, looking to crown the year-long All-Pro Super Late Model Champion. Of course, each race has a nice payout for the winner of $20, and at the end of the season, the points purse of $200 is up for grabs and more prizes along the way. Fantastic, the Overdrive Tour races, the iRacing Super Late Models right here starting tonight with this, the Speedfest 200.
Kind of another big event coming up here pretty soon at USA International Speedway. Not pretty soon, it's pretty off in the distance, about midway through the year. June 18th we'll take the Pro Late Models here at USA International Speedway. And then the next Wednesday, June 25th, we'll take the Super Late Models for 300 laps. Combine those two together, and they'll call it the All-Pro 400. And they're requesting for that to be live right here on the network as well. Here we go, pace car pit road. See if Benefield can get a good jump. He does. Green flag.
This might be his only chance as the rest of the field kind of bogs down right now. Benefield's got about a half a car lead right now over Murray. Finally got some clear. Benefield move him up to second now as they head back into turn 3.
But here comes Murray. He closes up to his bumper front straightaway. He might put it. Dan Murray trying to get that second position back from Adam Benefield.
Yes, this is the first time Benefield's actually been able to make it happen here. As we look quietly, who's made their way up, had some trouble early on, down a lap, but look at the 84 there, riding in 5th right now, Matt Vade, coming from nowhere, and we got another caution on the speedway.
Chuck Chambly is around in corner number 1, actually. Oh yeah, he started way back on the front stretch. He got up into the wall and then just was not able to turn down away from it. Car actually stopped and then he got going again. I don't know if that's against the All-Pro rules or not to cause a caution.
Ooh, a big fake out there by Preston Boers, but nobody was buying it.
Like I said earlier, if I'm Benefield, Murray, and all those guys behind Boers, and I know we're going to have to pit, I'm going to come down, I'm going to get that fuel right now, and then when Boers has to pit, I'm going to be good till the end, and he's going to have to be back in the pack. And you can always make your car a little bit wider than it already is if he comes up to pass you. And I think that's going to be the only chance these guys have to get around Bors, because he is just so fast here tonight at USA International Speedway.
Yeah, he is. They're going to have to play some sort of game here with him as far as track position. Like you said, one of these cautions, they're going to have to come in when he doesn't and kind of mix things up. Not so much that they're going to, come back through the field and get by him, but I think a lot of these guys are probably see what's going on behind them with all these wrecks that have been happening, and probably just don't want to be involved with it or even be near it. So that could be another reason why these guys have just decided to continue to stay out here.
Once again, we'll remind you this Sunday night, the Governor's Cup 200 from New Smyrna Speedway, the last, third and final round, I should say, of the Triple Crown Series presented by Butt Kicker. 200 laps at New Smyrna Speedway in the West Pro Series late models to end off the season. And we're going to do it with a bang live right here on No Bull Network 1. We also want to remind you all to sign up for Season 4. New name, new sponsor, new look. It's the Underdog Design Super Series. And sign-ups are open right now on westproseries.com. Just click Divisions up at the top, scroll down to late models, and it'll be down there at the bottom of the page. So we'll turn the lights off. We'll line them up again. Now Murray's going to be on the inside of Benefield. We'll see what he has down there on the inside. We'll see what Benefield has on the outside.
Well, look who's snuck up there in the 6th here on this restart. Boswell, who's had his fair share of issues, but look at him.
My goodness, I think he could roll the car and still try and make his way back up into the top 5. We'll have to see what he is able to do. Pace car in the pits. Green flag. Oh, Benefield got a good jump right there. He timed it almost perfect.
I was going to say the battle was for 3rd, but looks like Vade got loose on the entry. He had to back out of it. Now that puts him into 4th place here. Is the top 10, 12 guys now, still single file.
Looking like Benefield might have something for Bors if he can stay with him here. Looking pretty good to the back straightaway.
Problem is, over a long period of time, over a few laps, Bors has just been so consistent and able to put up the same lap times, lap after lap, and that's what really has separated him all the way.
Yep. Oh, Day almost goes around on the front stretch. Had a good save. Day's really been fighting with this car just in front of him. Look at Paul Boswell. Looks to the inside of Sanchez. That's for 5th.
Chooses better, falls back in line as they head into 3 and 4. Boswell, with all that damage, still able to get some speed out of that car here as they head back down into turn number 1.
Yep, Sanchez on the bumper of Vade. This is from 4th to 6th. Then back behind them, another 3-car line. Day.
Now look at Chase Spredlin looking to flex some muscle too. He just got his lap back a couple cautions ago. And now look at him right now sitting 9th, trying to get 8th away from Faulkner.
Looking like he was going to be able to pull to the inside there. He's got some warrior wounds on that number 75 machine, but it doesn't look like it's slowing him down too much. He's battling with Faulkner for 8th right now. Boswell tags the bumper of Sanchez entering 3. But Sanchez not wanting to give it up. Boswell gets loose.
Well, yeah, Boswell almost lost it again there off turn number 4. That's going to put some separation between him and Sanchez right now. Boswell, not too much pressure behind him right now with the 98 of J.J. Day. JJ Day just kind of sitting there riding, buying some time right now, floating there, right there in 7th place.
Yeah, we'll call him Day Day J.
Day Day J. I call him JJ Day Day Day.
So top 3, they're the closest right now that they've been in quite some time. Benefield not really letting Boers get away from him, and Murray's not really letting Benefield get too far away from him. But Murray is starting to fade a little bit now. Maybe it's time for Benefield to start giving Boers a run for it. Boers gets loose.
We haven't seen that out of him all night long here. Maybe the pressure's starting to get to him here with these guys right on his back bumper here. Benefield definitely able to hang with him here as this run has gone on, and Murray doing a great job there hanging in 3rd.
Oh, we have got smoke on the front straightaway. We've got one up in flames on the back straightaway. It's Jeff Rogers. That machine has definitely let a motor go.
We call that another one bites the dust here as he heads down pit road.
Yep. So, Benefield and Boers. Benefield gets to the rear bumper. Does he tag it? Caution out. Boswell around on the front straightaway.
I'll tell you, he can't buy a break tonight.
Self spin, didn't make any contact. So we'll line them up again. And this will put Benefield on the outside of Boers. If Benefield can get a good jump right here, get the run from the high side, swing to the inside on the backstretch, he might have something for Preston Boers. But we're just speaking way too ahead. Yeah. We're speaking ahead of ourselves. Do we pit this go around? No.
Well, I'm still shocked. Like you said, I'm still shocked that some of those guys like Murray and those guys did not come in yet to try to play a little strategy game on Boers and make him start thinking.
You never know, Andy. With this amount of cautions, we might make it to the end on fuel if these guys are saving. That's always a possibility.
Scott Formosa's going to get the lucky dog. It's going to put him 3 laps down now. In the last 2 cautions, he's gotten a lap back. So we keep going this rate, he might be back on the lead lap before you know it.
Still 13 cars on the lead lap. Cody Gibson, John Martin, John Kinney, Louis Robinette, Greg Evans, Forrest Gregg have all pulled up behind the wall. And now Jeff Rogers pulling up behind the wall. That was a car that was in smoke just a couple laps ago before this caution. And he might have put some fluid on the track that caused Boswell to loop it around.
We'll get that all cleaned up. Get all the thumbs up from the drivers here, probably another lap or so. But Preston Boers continuing to dominate here at USA.
What's he doing, Andy?
He is dominating.
That he is, but I'm going to be interested to see if Benefield can give him a run for his money. It looks like Boers almost shutting the car off there, maybe saving some fuel.
Maybe he's trying to push this thing to the end. Who knows?
So at the line, 65 to go, and oh no, Paul Boswell drops connection. And that's going to put him a couple laps down. After coming from the back so many times, I figured he could still finish in the top 5, and that's going to make it harder for him to do that now.
Well, lights are off. We're going to come back around here. Benefield still in second right now after he had gotten by Dan Murray. He's going to restart second. Murray's going to be third. Of course, Matt Vade's fourth. And Danny Sanchez very quietly has moved his way into the top 5.
That he has. JJ was ready to go. Can't go now. He's stacking up the field behind him, though. We finally get the green. Benefield gets a good jump.
Oh,
this is what he needs.
Trouble behind. You don't want to Stephen Durham is around on the front stretch there. It just bottlenecked. That start just bottlenecked everybody.
Daniel Vining involved as well. And that happened with Hester looking to the inside of Durham. And he just made a little contact. That is not what Benefield wanted to see, because he had a heck of a start.
Yeah, you can hear Preston Boers revving it up and shutting it off. He's definitely in the fuel-saving mode right now.
That he is. Well, we are under caution again here at Speedfest. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we return, we'll stack them and line them up for another restart here with just under 60 to go.
Well, Ben, we're in the shout-out mood. Well, Ben, I was just saying,
Thought we wanted a commercial.
yeah, we're getting all these shout-outs out. We're in the chat here from Brian Mellendorf. We get a shout-out to all the mamas of Steel Horse Racing, whatever that means. But there you go.
Sounds sexual.
It could be.
First person in the chat below. If you're going to be at the Rattler 250 here in a couple weeks, first person in the chat below, say that you're going to be there. I will buy you 2 orders of cheese fries at the South Alabama Motor Speedway. And if you've ever been to Op, you know how good the cheese fries are. So if you're going to be down there in Op, or up there in Op, wherever you're at, just let us know in the chat below. Andy will tell me. I'll get up with you, and you've got 2 orders of cheese fries coming your way.
Nobody.
So if you're watching the stream right now, I'm going to be in Op, Alabama here in a couple of weeks for Rattler 250, for the Rattler 250 I should say. Let us know in the chat, and I'll buy you 2 orders of cheese fries. Or at least interact with Andy. Andy might be lonely in the chat down there.
Yeah, you know, me and Brian and John Martin are just enjoying ourselves watching the race here and yucking it up. James Ross was in here. Oh, what? Uh-oh.
Oh. Andy got excited for some reason.
Well, John Martin says that he misses the race day smell, and he says Op isn't too far from him, so
certainly isn't.
Might have somebody there for
get up with me, John.
Cheese fries.
Ben Kilcrease on Facebook. Green flag back in the air though here at Speedfest.
Breakfast.
Benefill clears Murray, gets a good run on Boers down the backstretch, gets a real good run through 3.
Yeah, he's been able to stay with him these last couple of restarts here. I don't know if Boers is still conserving anything, or if he or Benefield has just been waiting for this chance here to get at him here as they head back into turn number 3. It's only about a car length in between these two.
That it is, and we're starting to see Preston Boers get a little loose off the corners, and we haven't seen that so far out of him. He's just been so smooth, but he might be feeling the pressure from Adam Benefill here in the late run at USA International Speedway. We're coming up on just 50 to go here in 4 laps.
That we are. Our top 3 guys have now separated themselves from 4th place Matt Vade. Oh, and Benefill is loose off of 4. That's going to leave the outside lane open for Dan Murray. Here they are, side by side off of 2. Benefield, though, still has that inside line.
Pushing too hard, he'll fall back in line behind Dan Murray. So Murray goes back to second. Benefill, who will take his spot back behind him.
So he was just pushing the issue maybe too hard there, but there you go. Here he is coming off of down back into turn number 3. Benefield actually losing some ground right now to Dan Murray.
Yep, and if you slide these cars like that, you'll heat the tires up real quick. You'll overheat them, and then you'll have to ride behind the guy for a couple of laps to get them cooled back down. But once they get cooled back down, you're able to start making your way back up there. But Benefill, he might be out of his rhythm now as well.
He might be, and plus when you get a little twitchy like that, burn those tires like you talked about, Ben, you sometimes get a little cautious the next few laps trying to make sure you don't do it again. So it'll be a little bit to get him back in his rhythm here, but Benefield, it'll be a factor here before this one's over.
Certainly will. Whoa, Jeffrey Faulkner got a little loose. At the line for Preston Boers, 50 laps to go here at Speedfest.
Right now, the battle, though, Ben, is for that 4th spot. Matt Vade leading that train of 4 drivers. Danny Sanchez, J.J. Day, and Chase Bradley, all right there, nose to tail, battling down the backstretch.
I think J.J. Day about has one of the cleanest cars in this field. He and Sanchez still looking pretty clean to be back in the back of the pack, or in the middle of the pack, I should say. Ooh, Day gets a little loose there. Spradlin had to check up or he would have turned him.
And then he looked inside, shows better of it right now as Spradlin just shows, get back in line. Let's see how this thing shakes out here. But these 4 guys right now, the closest battle right now on the track.
That they are. J.J. Day, I mentioned it, didn't get too much practice, missed qualifying. And he's really having a hard time just getting in a rhythm. If this was in the pro late model, he'd be out there leading the thing. He goes high there. He'll let Spradlin go. Faulkner attacks the wall on the front stretch. We stay green.
Rides high, lets Formosa go by right there underneath him. Formosa been getting some laps back here. He's only 2 laps back down. He was about 5 here a few minutes ago.
Yep, and if he keeps doing that, he could get up in there possibly into the top 10. Have a top 10 finish here tonight.
Bet he could. We have a switch though for 4th now. Move Danny Sanchez and that 29 car up to 4th. He was able to get by Matt Vade. Of course, Vade's got a little bit of damage, been quiet all night though, and slowly working his way up. He was a lap down early on in this one here. So Matt Vade doing a great job hanging in here in the long run.
That's about the closest battle. Whoa! My! Vade got loose right there. Kept it out of the wall, it looked like. But that allowed Spradlin to pull up to his bumper. Spradlin will not have the momentum when he gets there, when he got there, to get around him. So they'll stay single file for the time being. That's about the closest battle on the track.
Well, that battle for seconds heating up again. Field has caught back up to Murray as the front guys are starting to hit lap traffic again right in front of these guys. And between them and the leaders, the 99 right now, of Daniel Vining. But that battle for seconds, these guys have not been able to get away from each other all night long.
Ooh, Murray really dives it down in there deep. Vining got loose above him. Here comes Benefield. Look to the outside. Did he slingshot to the inside? No. Benefield really running that car hard, it looks like. He's starting to get a little wiggly off the corners. That's what hurt him when he was trying to catch Boers a handful of laps ago. JJ Day will go back to the battle for sixth. Vade starting to lose a couple more positions. JJ Day has seen that he's been out of shape in the last couple of laps. Day trying to take advantage of it, move up one more spot. There he goes. Vade gets loose off 4. Almost tags the wall. Day's got to be careful, though, sitting behind him.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to get swept up. So easy to get swept up in someone else's mess. But right now, JJ Day doing a great job, just hanging on to it, riding around here in 7th. It wouldn't be long here. A few laps, you might see him pass Matt Vade for that spot. But other two guys ahead of him are starting to pull away there. That's Chase Spradlin and Danny Sanchez.
Yep, and Sanchez, he'll have a good lap. Spradlin will have a good lap, one lap, and then he'll fall back from Sanchez the other, and then he'll catch back up, fall back. Kind of like a little rubber band effect going on here with these 4 cars. And Paul Boswell, had he not dropped connection earlier, he might be in contention for a top 5, but he dropped that connection, and now he is a couple laps down in 14th.
Trouble in the front stretch. Dan Murray's around right on the front stretch. Looks like he lost it off of turn number 4.
He was sitting second, just pushing it too hard. My goodness. All right, now, we know the tires don't wear off that much. I haven't ran them past 150 so far. So, do we want to come down, try it out, or is it too big of a risk?
Well, if you're going to come down, now's probably the time here. You got 35 laps to go. Get it done. Get it over with.
Doesn't look like anybody's going to come down. So they'll stay out again here at Speedfest. Formosa's going to come down. Whoa, almost collects the wall.
Surprised Murray didn't come down after taking that spin.
Looks like Vining will get the wave around. Having a little complications with the scoring here. Argument is that Chris Forster, he is 1 lap down right now. Argument was, or Daniel Vining actually got the wave around, but the argument is that Forster was not 1 lap down at the scoring loop. And his team not that, and he's pulled it behind the wall immediately.
Sad enough.
Yeah, and that happens. You know, on the short track side of things, you just something as little as a little blip in the scoring. It'll force you to pull it behind the wall because you just had enough of all the bumper tagging and saving the car, etc., etc. And I tell you what, Preston Poors, he's saving so much gas, he's outrunning a pace car.
I'll tell you, if this guy can make it all the way, I'll tell you, he's one good saver of the fuel.
Certainly is, and that along with that goes to Beneville and all the other drivers that have yet to come down under these cautions. Preston Poors has certainly led the most laps this evening. I think he's led about all of them except for one. Pace car has led the second most amount of laps.
Yeah, about that.
So we'll turn the lights off here on the Speedway. Let's update everybody on the Noble Network 1 driver picks. I picked Adam Benefield. He sits second. Sam Taylor picked Paul Boswell. He sits 14th. Andy, who'd you pick?
Yeah,
Daniel Vining. He sits
he's 11th.
11th.
He's hanging in there.
You're beating Sam, but I've got you covered with Benefield. Pace car to pit road, 2x2. 30 laps to go here at Speedfest.
Great jump by the top two. The battles for third there. They're side by side, heading off of turn number 4. That's Danny Sanchez and Chase Bradley.
Look at that gaggle of cars right there. Bodies in there. Hester and Days up there on the outside as well. Looks like pack racing at Daytona, but it's on a short track for third place.
Sanchez, he was able to get by. Vadi's able to get through. Now it looks like Spradlin's just been stuck on that outside line. He's going to lose a bunch.
Spradlin drops all the way back to 7th position. Here with 28 laps to go. Hester to the inside of Bonnie, look out, they're going to make contact. Bonnie goes around, Hester goes around in front of the whole field. Boswell involved as well. So the caution out again here, and J.J. Day has blown his motor up. Oh, he tagged the wall, and then Chambly. Wow, that happened. That was weird. All right, so Day got into the wall. Chambly tagged him. Day hit the wall. Was that what the caution was out for?
A lot of carnage. That's all I got to say.
I think the caution actually came out for Hester and Body, and then Boswell piled it in there as well.
Word is down from the pits now, I'm hearing from the 97's crew, they're going to be close on fuel, Ben.
If they're going to be close on fuel, you got to wonder, Benefield's got to be close on fuel as well.
Yeah, here goes Vining. Vining's going to get the lap back here. 10 cars
Oh,
are going
Boers.
to be on the lead lap.
He almost didn't get it crunked back up there. All right, so do we pit or do we not?
Choosing
Still not
choosing
going.
track position.
Boers has tagged the wall. Got some damage on that number 97. Wonder if it's done anything to the suspension. I'll have to wait and see. So, lights still on the pace car. Quite a bit of cleanup from the day incident on the front stretch, and then the pile up over there in corner number 1 and 2. This is really starting to mess with your head up here as a broadcaster. Do these guys have enough to make it? If not, why are they coming in? If somebody runs out, what's going to happen? Does Benefield have anything to clear Boers under green flag conditions without Boers making a mistake? I mean, it's just all... Oh, and now hang on. Chuck Chambly making contact with Ty Hester under caution.
Some confusion going on there too, Ben.
My goodness. Everybody's minds are messed up here in the closing laps of this one as we turn the lights off on the freshly painted iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. It'll be 22 laps to go when we get the green flag. Pace car to the pits. Green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
Top 3 able to get away. Now the 4th car, that's Murray. Murray back into it now here as he sits 4th. So head back into turn 3. But look at Danny Sanchez in that 3rd spot.
Sanchez looking pretty good. He has been looking pretty good over the past couple of restarts. We'll have to see if Murray can't get back up there and battle with Benefield like he has been the whole race. He gets a good run on the backstretch. Here comes Murray looking to the inside.
Yep, Murray's looking inside. Sanchez gives it to him here as they come off turn 4. He's going to have him clear. Move Murray back up to 3rd as the top 2. Benefield still able to hang with Boers right now as they come up turn 2.
That he is, but he's going to need Boers to make a small mistake, I think, for him to get around him. Benefield's really able to catch him heading into the corner, but Boers just pulls him on the straightaways. I don't know, Benefield really pulling up to his bumper in 3 and 4 there.
Yeah, he was. Great run through the corner. Now he's looking for him off of turn number 2, really closing that gap out of car length now. Separates these top 2 guys. It looks like Boers got a little bit loose.
Here comes Benefield. He's real good on this side of the track. Boers is better on the other side. Boers gets a little loose. Benefield sideways as well. This is for the lead.
180 laps, and it comes down to this right now as these 2 guys battling hard for this win here. A little bit of separation now as Boers pulls out to about 2 car lengths, but here comes Benefield back in turn number 3 and 4.
Benefield might have been saving the whole race for these final 20 laps here in Speedfest. Back straight away, Boers pulling away just a little bit, but here comes Benefield's sweet spot on the track. He dives it in 3, rolls the center, and powers off 4. Benefield wants this lead, he wants it bad.
He does. What a steal this would be, too, if he could get to him. One thing's getting to him, another's getting around him here is Preston Boers still. About a 2, almost 3 car length lead now out heading into 3.
15 laps to go at the line here at USA International Speedway. Boers a little high in 1 and 2. That'll allow Benefield to close the gap. Boers gets loose on the backstretch. 3 and 4, here goes Benefield. He closes the gap.
It was 3-4 car lengths. Now it's about a car length and a half. Heading down the front stretch. Back into turn number 1. Does Benefield have anything for Boers here in the late going?
Benefield he really rolled the center of 1 there. He gets a run on the back straightaway for the lead here at Speedfest. Benefield closes up to the bumper.
Off turn 4, now it's only 1 car length lead now as Benefield still hanging tough. Only 2/10 now off of the lead. Benefield off of turn number 2. He's got something for Boers, it looks like, as they head back into 3.
This time by. It'll be 12 laps to go. Time's running out. He's got to get the move on now. He's caught him. Now can he pass it? Borgs gets loose.
Both cars drift up in turn 1 and 2 right there, but here comes Benefield. A great run off of turn number 2. He's close now on the bumper of Boers as they head through 3 and 4.
Boers didn't get it turned down in time there. Lap traffic ahead. Does it play a factor to the finish of this race? That's Paul Boswell in the 85. Boers gets a little loose heading into 1, and Benefield closes the gap. Here comes Benefield. He's got to run on the backstretch.
He's really closing the gap now. Makes a little peek to the inside. Head through 3 and 4. Boswell now right in front of him. Lap down. Pulls to the inside. Here they come to the line with 10 to go.
10 laps to go here at Speedfest, and Benefield is there. He has decided that now's the time to go. Back straight away, he gets another run. Does he look to the inside? Does he have enough? He looks to the inside. Does he have enough? He slides up. He almost makes contact. He does.
Almost makes contact. Now he's got a fender on the inside. He's got the line. Benefield now to the inside of Boers as they head into turn number 1. He pinches them close. He slides up a little bit. They're still door to door off of turn 2.
Beating and banging for the lead in the final 10 laps. It'll be 8 to go this time by. Where's the lap traffic go? Do they use him as a pick? Benefield takes the lead and he clears Boers on the front straightaway.
Clears them. Now the lap car goes to the high side. Now they're single file. Boers all over the back bumper. Now he's all over him off of turn number 2. Does Boers now have anything for Benefield? He's all over him into 3.
He almost puts the bumper. He does tag him there. He tags him again. Here comes Boers looking for the lead. 7 to go. Boers gets sideways. He saves it.
Sideways causes a little separation now as they head through 1 and 2. Off of turn number 2. 1 car length lead now for Adam Benefield as they head back into turn number 3.
Who would have thought that we would have seen this at the last part of this race? 6 to go at USA.
Again, loose off of turn number 4 was Boers. That is costing him a lot of trouble, but here he is pulling up off of turn number 2, pulling back up to Benefield. Benefield 1.5 car lengths lead right now as they head back into 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is the sweet spot for Boers. Here they come off of 4 back to the line.
5 to go at USA. It's not over yet because Boers is still within striking distance. But does he have anything left? Or did he use it all up?
Or will he run out of fuel?
More lap traffic for your leaders. 4 to go. Benefield goes high. He runs a little high. Boers not able to capitalize. Just call the lap car. Goes to the high side.
The yellow flag is out.
Caution is out. Benefield will win Speedfest.
Unbelievable.
Jeffrey Faulkner was the car that went around on the front straightaway there to cause the caution. And Benefield couldn't have been any more lucky because Boers got a run on him off corner number 4. And I don't think I could survive a green-white checker with those two guys. Holy cow.
I don't know if they would survive, Ben. Wow, that was some incredible racing. 200 laps, tons of cautions, and it all came down to that. These guys put on a hell of a show at the end.
They take the popsicle sticks at the flag stand. Whew, what a race. This will be one that you're going to watch those final 10 laps on over and over and over. Like you said, Andy, 200 laps. About 150 of those, Preston Boers spent 10 or 12, even 20 car lengths in front of the field. But those final 15 or so laps, Adam Benefield was able to catch him and pass him, and it provided some of the best racing that I've seen so far in a super late model. He takes the white flag. Just half a lap left for Adam Benefiel. He'll come off of corner number 4. Adam Benefiel. He'll win round number 2 in the Overdrive Tour Speed Fest here in USA. Preston Boers comes home 3rd, and Dan Murray capitalizes to come home in 3rd.
Unbelievable. Winner of the first race, Dan Murray. Here he is. Great job. Stayed there all race long in the top 3 and gets a top 3 finish here. So that's going to be great for him in the points for this 12 race shootout for the championship.
Certainly is. These guys will head to the front straightaway, top 3 that is. Rest of them will pull down to the pit road. We're going to take a quick break, jog down there, and we'll have the top 3 interviews right after this. Overall, it was a really good race. Couldn't be prouder of my team, Still Horse Racing. Just joined them a couple of days ago, so it's one of the best decisions I've ever made, so couldn't be happier.
Well, big congratulations goes out to you. This race, quite a few cautions, a lot of caution laps, but what that did was allow you guys to run the whole race on your fuel run. Talk about that a little bit. Was that the whole game plan going in, or is that just kind of the way it fell for you?
Initially, I kind of was looking to pit anywhere after 100, just to know that I'd be sure on fuel. After running a couple races in the super late model, I realized that older tires are probably not a bad thing. So I was going to stick with them and probably just fuel up a little bit. But as the race went on, I kind of got afraid to pit there, and so we just stayed with what we had.
No, you're right. Track position obviously played a big role for all you guys that finished in the top 3 here tonight.
for second race of the season, a win, now a third place finish. Going in, you got about 4 weeks to the next race. You got to like your chances so far here at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, like I said, these first 2 races couldn't have gone any better. Of course, we would have liked the one tonight, but real happy for Adam. He drove a great race. Preston drove a great race. It was fun to be a part of. And like I said, I'd just like to thank Steel Horse Racing for having me come on, and it's been a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, that's our third place finisher here tonight, Dan Murray. Now I'm going to move right over here and talk to our second place finisher, Preston Boers. Preston, all race long, had the car to beat. You were the guy on the restarts. Once Benefield, though, was able to get by Murray a few cautions there ago, I should say, he was able to get by him. Now he put pressure on you on those restarts. Talk about that as the race started winding down.
Yeah, definitely. I believe I had the car to beat at the beginning of the race, but as his tires started warming up and getting going, he was able to drive a little bit better than I was there at the end of the race, and ended up getting around me and after clean. I just didn't have any time to get back to his bumper, and caution ended up coming out, so that ended it.
Well, I just talked to Dan Murray about the fuel strategy. I know you were a lot there towards the end. We could hear your car off and kind of coasting a lot there. How close was it for you on the fuel mileage game? I know when you're up front like you were, you tend to burn more fuel than the guys trying to chase you down.
Yeah, with about 50 laps to go, my crew chief started calculating fuel, and
Error.
we were real close. We ended up having half a gallon left, so not even 9 laps.
It's amazing how a 200-lap race can come down to, just half a gallon
Error.
of gas. You did a great job here tonight. Wasn't able to hold off Adam at the end on that final restart. He was able to hang with you and finally get the run on you. But overall, you got to be pretty happy, disappointed but happy with the second place finish.
Yeah, I'm really happy. Great job for Adam. He passed me clean. Race through the whole race. Just didn't get it done at the end.
Well, I know we'll be seeing many more bright things out of you, especially the way you got it done here tonight, Preston. Anybody you'd like to thank for this great run for you?
I'd like to thank Ward Shocks, Core Racing Products, just everybody, my mom, my dad, buying stuff on here for me. I just can't thank everybody enough.
Well, congratulations again on the second place win. But Ben, I think you've caught up with our winner there in Victory Lane. Probably a very happy but surprised Adam Benefield.
Certainly is. Certainly. I think everybody's surprised and happy, especially at the finish of this race. Tell you what, Adam, 50 laps to go. I'm not going to lie. I did not expect to be interviewing you. I figured I'd be interviewing Preston down here in Victory Lane, but were you saving the first 180 laps? Because those final 20 laps, it just seemed like you kicked it in gear and you were gone.
Yeah, we were just riding, me and my teammate Dan. We decided to ride and stay up front, stay out of trouble, and just cruise. And right at the end with about 50, 25 to go, we got the break. We were going to start applying pressure and seeing what we could do. So
Connected.
Hate that happened to Dan right there at the end. I really think he had the better car than me. But Steel Horse Racing, man, they put out some great cars.
Walk us through that battle with about 10 laps to go. That was one of the best battles I've seen so far since the Super Late model has been released. How fun was that from the driver's perspective? It was a blast calling it up here in the booth.
Yeah, I was a couple runs prior. I was watching to where I was better than him and he was better than me, and he was better than me coming off 4, but I could really get a run through the center off on him off 2. So that's where I was going to go, make my move off 2, and I got a really good run and put my nose down in there, you know, rest was history. It was awesome. He gave me plenty of room, man. You couldn't ask for a better guy to race for the lead with. It was real awesome.
I can't wait to watch it on the replay. It was certainly something that we'll be able to relive for many years to come. Tell you what, Adam, a spectacular race tonight. Congratulations on the victory. Who do you want to thank for putting you here in victory lane at USA?
First off, I want to, this is my biggest race I ever won on here, so I carry the 83 for my brother. He passed away 2 years ago, so this race was for him. My mom, she's my biggest fan. My wife, she pushes me to do this, and everybody at Steel Horse Racing that pitches in and is behind me and going to be with me all the way to the pro ranks and everything. So everybody that's ever helped me, man, I appreciate it. All pro, everybody.
There you go, a very thankful, a very gracious guy here in victory lane. And I tell you what, what a race here tonight at USA International Speedway. By the way, we have to talk here in the iRacing format. Our team speak is having technical difficulties. But what a race, Andy. I mean, we didn't know how the ending was going to be, but I tell you what, we couldn't have written it better.
Well, first off, man, I want to say someone needs to go knock on the door of the van there in the backstretch. Wake Sam up. I think he fell asleep. But no, yeah, fantastic job by all these guys. It just showed a track like this with these super late models. Track position is everything. These guys were very fortunate. They were able to make it to the end on the fuel. Without that, obviously, some pit stops might have happened. That might have changed things up a lot, put these guys maybe mid-pack or so, and, you know, some of those issues we had there around mid-pack there halfway through this race could have involved some of these guys. We saw one of them get taken out earlier. That was Greg Evans, had a very, very fast car here tonight, and it was just unfortunate just before halfway that he got taken out there while he was riding second. So we saw a lot of fast guys have some issues here tonight, but overall we saw one heck of a race by two very professional drivers.
That we did. And let's go ahead and look at the final finishing results tonight. Here from Speedfest, Adam Benefield comes home with the win. Second to Preston Boers, Dan Murray. Third, Danny Sanchez comes home fourth. Rounding out the top five was Chase Spradlin. Ty Hester sixth. Matt Bade was seventh. Stephen Durham came home eighth. Jeffrey Faulkner was ninth. And Daniel Vining rounds out the top 10.
Scott Formosa finished 11th. Paul Boswell, he finished 12th. 13th we'll give to Bill Driscoll. 14th to Chuck Chambly. 15th to J.J. Day. 16th went to Chris Forster. Forrest Gregg finished 17th. 18th to Jeff Rogers. Greg Evans finished 19th. And 20th was Louis Robinette.
21st to John Kenny. John Martin, 22nd. Cody Gibson, 23rd. 24th, Jeff Dillon, and rounding out the field, 25th, was Garrett Conrad. All in all, a great race here in round number 2 in the Overdrive Tour. Great race here at USA International Speedway. I cannot wait until the next one. We remind you to tune in with us this Sunday, I should say, for the Governor's Cup 200 at New Smyrna Speedway in the West Pro Series late models right here on Noble Network 1. But from USA, Andy, do you have any final closing statements?
My final statements are, with what we saw here, I don't know if I want to wait 4 more weeks till round 3 of this this tour. This has just been fantastic, and I have a feeling it's going to go by pretty quick, and I just can't wait for it.
Neither can I. It's going to be a blast. For Andy Kessler, Sam Taylor, I am Ben Kilcrease. Remember us on Facebook, follow us on Twitch, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. You can just search Noble Network 1 on all those formats and be able to find it. For all the guys here at All Pro, thanks to all the sponsors, thanks to you for tuning in. Have a great night, have a great weekend. Remember to put the phone down.